Chapter 25. PvP. Eve, I never lied to you. I've been brought here against my will too, I tried reasoning with her. Why should I listen to a word you say? Eve barked, backing up towards Matthew. Because it's the truth, I called as I tried to convince her of my innocence. Eve made her way to Matthew, where they both stood, ready to strike at any moment. Is this really happening? How can they believe I'm working with the killer? Look, I'll tell you all I know, I offered, as if I truly was guilty. Maybe if I lie enough, I can catch them off guard and get away. I'm out of options. If they aren't going to look to logic, all I'm left with is lies and hopefully belief. Wait, what? Eve yelled in shock. You're really working with the killer? Did I miss something? You asshole, Eve barked. She electrocuted Matthew, causing him to fall to the floor, shaking. Okay, yeah, I most definitely missed something. You piece of lying, no-good, smooth-talking son of a bitch, I trusted you, she cursed. Well, that seemed uncalled for. Eve, I wasn't serious. I rose my hand in surrender to her pink-haired wrath. I was just lying because I thought you were going to turn on me. Are you still planning on turning on me? Because I'd really not like to die here. The girl began storming towards me with tears, filling her vision. Like I'd believe that. I'm not lying. I put down my hand, realizing that she's ready to kill me. Is that true, or is it just another one of your lies? Eve growled, running towards me with weapon ready. She swung. I ducked my head to avoid impact, and then backed up slightly. Either way, you're not listening, I pointed out, narrowly missing her swing at my chest. Why should I listen? She barked. Because. I slid across the floor, standing up behind her. It's true. Eve grabbed my left wrist, twisting it sharply before pulling me to her right side. I met her eyes, filled with rage. Eve, please, just listen for a second, I reasoned. She shook her head with a sharp no, before thrusting her staff forward towards my stomach. I sucked in my gut quickly, pushing back on my toes to prevent the blue coloring from touching my green shirt. A smile met my lips as she pulled away from her strike. I can't believe that actually worked. My balance began to fail. My face tilted towards the floor between Eve's feet. Crap, maybe if I swing my arm back, I can regain my balance? I fell forward hard, seeing as my efforts to remain standing failed. My eyes soon only found the dark tile of the mall, with Eve's combat boots in my peripherals. Okay, I need to get away while I still have the chance. Wait, why hasn't she struck yet? I'm perfectly open. I don't get why she isn't just shocking me and getting it over with. I noticed a warm feeling sweep across my left hand. I moved my thumb against the fabric that lay alongside my fingers with confusion. Eve? I mumbled, afraid to take my face up from the floor. She didn't say anything. Curiosity beat out fear as I looked up from my dark sight. Pink, frilly underwear, matching her apple-colored expression, met my eyes as I looked up at the girl. I looked quickly at my hand to see a black fabric with a lime-green belt against the dirty tile. No, I stated, with fear evident in my voice. Reaching down with one hand to get her skirt and with the other stabbing into the ground with her staff, I rolled quickly to the right, avoiding her hit. I stood quickly, running off towards where we last saw everyone else. Maybe they can help me explain this misunderstanding. Maybe if Hal, Alice, and Leo saw her attacking me, they would try to stop her. Preferably before I lose another limb. Her face still red, Eve began to run after me. She quickly caught up to my lead, and it was clear that soon she would catch me. Damn it. At this rate, I have a few minutes left to live. Leo stood typing on his phone as he leaned against an open door that read, Maintenance. Hal walked out shortly, seemingly talking to Leo. Help me! She's gonna kill me! I yelled as we approached. Hal leaned against the wall, laughing hard at my misfortune. I could see his face turning red from pure happiness. What great help he was. I looked to Leo, who seemed lost, but he still held a smile with his disordered eyes. Come on, for once help me out, I growled, passing the two. I took a quick turn around the bench, causing Eve to fumble behind. I looked back at the two boys. Hal wiped a tear from the corner of his right eye, taking in a deep breath. No, I think I should just stay out of it, Hal giggled. Damn it, I'm serious. She really wants to kill me, I barked, annoyed. My foot slipped against the smooth tile, forcing me to fall hard against the ground. Eve caught up with me, forcing the taser into the center of my back. Electricity flowed up into my skin, causing me to shake with no control of my own. Waves of pain traveled across me, vaulting my body up slightly over and over, seeing as she refused to move the taser from my shirt. I could feel my eyes blinking quicker as my sight blurred. Eve pulled the weapon away from me, leaving me panting in pain on the floor. A loud thud entered my hearing as I crawled away from the girl. I looked over my left shoulder to see Hal holding Eve against the floor, with her arms pressed against the white tile. Guess he saw that it went too far. I stood, wobbling slightly, taking several steps away from the girl. I didn't think she'd taser you, Hal admitted. When I said she was trying to kill me, I would have figured that would seem obvious, I growled, staring down at the girl whose rage still filled her eyes. Yvette, why were you trying to kill John? Hal asked, being our mediator. The son of a bitch is working with the killer, she cried like a curse. Hal looked back at me with shock. No, I'm not. She's jumping to conclusions, I elaborated. You said it yourself, she argued. I was trying to get away from you and Mr. Fighter, I motioned to Eve like a child, whining to their parent. Why were you with Matthew? Hal sighed, trying to figure out what was going on. Because I was going to trick him. Duh, but it looks like I was the only one tricking people, Eve growled, and she tried to break free of Hal's grip. I thought you were serious, so I lied so I could get away. I am not working with the killer, I announced for the world to hear. Then why'd you lie when I had everything under control? She asked in a smug tone. Because I can't read your mind? I let out a long sigh. I lied to save myself, and I'm just as selfish as the rest of you. When you started to walk away and towards Matthew, I figured that it was for me, so I did what I had to. It's just like you said, Hal, this game is survival, and I'm going to do anything to not die, even if that means bluffing. Hal, let me up, Eve requested calmly. Eve, I don't think, Hal began. Just let her up, I snapped. I don't know what she's going to do to me, but I don't really care. I mean, what is she, 110 pounds? She already electrocuted me. I really doubt she can do anything else. Hal seemed a little hesitant, but he did what I asked. Eve stood calmly from the ground, wiping the dust off her skirt. Her hazel eyes locked with mine as her pink hair frizzed around her face. She pulled off her hat with a quick hand, pushing the black fabric into my chest. I took her offering, somewhat surprised. What? I asked. Eve's legs swung up high, causing me to fall to the floor in pain. Oh, damn, the pain. I can't even think. I just need to get away. Okay, moving is a no-go. I curled my body into a fetal position with a groan. I bit my lip to hold back the growing list of curses that danced on the tip of my tongue. Why would she do this? Okay, now I forgive you for lying, she smiled, walking away. Hal leaned down so that I could hear his whisper. This is why I didn't want to get involved. I groaned, tightening my body as the pain continued through me. I don't understand that girl at all.